Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name is Alexia Andrews, the practice lead of FinTech at Rapid Value Solutions. And with me I have Lekha Mishra, our business analyst and FinTech expert. We wanted to talk a little bit about the automation of underwriting and its role in digital transformation. Some of the topics that we will cover under this are a brief introduction of underwriting, the key solution components of the automated underwriting framework built by Rapid Value. We will also cover the modules of the automated underwriting framework. We will take you through a quick demo of the framework, and we will then close with the benefits of the automated underwriting framework and also take you through a quick case study of a leading life insurance provider. In this first slide, I wanted to provide a brief overview of a typical underwriting process. Here, an insurer receives the application from a particular source. The source can be a website, it can be a broker website, it could be a broker portal, etc. The underwriter then reviews the application to see if any additional information is required or not. If not, the insurer will then issue the policy. If more information is required, the underwriter raises the same, reviews the information again, and finally takes a decision to either accept, decline, increase or decrease the premium, or any other decision based on your specific needs. Now, this is a typical flow of the entire underwriting process. Moving to the next slide. Just this slide basically covers a little bit about the key components of our underwriting framework. It has a rules engine which helps you create various rules. It gives you a user interface that's easy to use. It has various reusable components which will help reduce the entire development time for the application. It has API-based services and also can be deployed on the cloud. And it also keeps an audit trail of all the transactions within the application. In this next slide, I'm going to be covering the various modules and features of the application. Now, whatever I'm going to be taking you through is just on a high level, but Lekha would definitely be taking you through the entire demo of this particular underwriting application. So just to give you a high level, some of the features that we have are the login and logout with the role-based access. We have rules management, we have the rule binding. We have category management, product management, distributor management, campaign management, approval management, auditing management. And we also have features like the rule simulator, user management, policy validation, and the template management. The next application that we would be showing you in the demo as well would be a broker portal. The broker portal also has various modules within the application, such as the login and logout, again with the role-based access. You have the application forms management, you have the auditing management, you have the user management, as well as policy validation. I will now hand it over to Lekha to carry on the demos of both the underwriting application as well as the broker portal application.
Thanks so much, Alexia. So I'll start with the demo. I will take you all through the underwriting framework first, and then I'll take up the broker portal as Alexia mentioned. So in the left hand side, we have the insurance underwriting framework modules. I'll go through each of these modules in detail later. Let me give you a brief of all these modules first. So starting with the rules module, rules take care of the rule management part in the application, where the user can create the rule, edit the rule, and manage the other functionalities with the rules. The second one is the rule binding part, which takes care of the binding of a rule for certain products and distributor combinations. The third one takes care of the category management, where the parameters which are defined for the rule creation are defined and managed. The next module is the products module, which take care of the products added to the system. The next one is the distributor module, which takes care of the management of distributors added to the system. The next module I'll cover will be the campaigns module, and this module will take care of the campaign management for this underwriting application. Then we will have the codes management, which will take care of the codes part, the code calculation, the code logic creation, and other things. Nextly, we will have a approvals module which will take care of the approvals of certain rules, rule bindings and campaigns. After that, I'll go through the auditing module which will capture the change history which is happening in this application. After that, we will take care of the policy validation module which will be dealing with the policy details, application details regarding the existing policies as well as the course. The next module would be the rule simulator module, which will be taking care of the bulk upload of certain customer applications and running the rules through it and getting the output. After that, we will have the template management, which will take care of the template creation and setting the triggers for the template issue. And the last module which we will cover will be the user management, which will take care of the users in this particular insurance underwriting application. So moving on with the detailed description, I'll move on with the categories module. So in the categories module, as I mentioned, we are taking care of managing the categories, and when I say categories, they are the building blocks upon which the rules are derived. So under categories, we define certain parameters and certain questions which are required and which are captured from the application form coming from the customer, and depending on that, we create the rules. So here we have the option of creating a category. When I create a category, I name it in some logical groups and save it, and as soon as I save it, I get the option of adding the parameter to it. So the parameter name and the different type of parameters could be defined over here and saved. So once the category is created, it can be shown over here with the list of parameters added to the category as well as the questions. You can always go back and edit the certain parameter or a list of questions you have added to the categories. Moving on to the rules module now. So as I mentioned, rules is taking care of the rules management part. That means the creation of the rules, the editing of the created rules, deleting a certain rule. So creating rule gives us a screen where you can give the details of the rules, add the different conditions. So these conditions would be using the parameters which we have created in the category modules, and then we can define the outcome of that particular condition. Also, we have a very important feature over here which is run simulation, which gives the option of simulating a rule before saving it so that the user and the underwriter can be confident about the rule which has been created, that it is working fine. So once the rule would be created, it would be saved on the main screen of the rules as a draft rule. Once that rule is submitted for approval, the status would be changing to pending approval, and once that has been approved, the status would be changed to approved. So there are certain status of the rules which can be seen on the right hand side of it. You can anytime go and edit a particular rule and save the changes, and that would be updated in this rules list. Moving on to the rule binding module over here. So rule binding takes care of binding a particular rule which you want to run for a set of applications for a certain product or a distributor or a campaign. So you have the option of creating a rule binding where you can select a certain product. Say there is a product called Life Insurance One. So you can have that product selected over here with a certain distributor or broker for which you want to add that rule, and for a certain campaign. Once you have selected that, you can go and check the rules you want to be added and you want those rules to be running for that particular application, and save this. This would create a rule binding and it would be listed in this. In rule binding as well, we have certain statuses. So when the rule binding is created, it is in draft status. Then you can go and submit it for approval, and once it is approved, you can see the status over here. You can also see the rule binding status is active. That means this is the particular rule binding which is right now used for the customer applications. Moving on from the rule bindings, the next module would be the products module. So the product module will take care of the product management. So when I say product management, that means the user can add n number of products to the system, and those products could be seen over here. For them, we have given an option of downloading a specific format, which would be in Excel. This is customizable as per the customer needs. So you can add certain details of the products like the product name, the product type, and any other detail which a customer wants. Those details could be captured in an Excel format. The format could be saved, and then we have the option of uploading that. Once you upload it, those products would be listed here along with the relevant details. Then moving on to the distributor module. The distributor module have the same concept where we can add the distributors. So we have defined a format, and this is again customizable as per the customer requirement. So you have the option of downloading this format and add the details of the distributor, which could be the distributor name, the agent type, and the other relevant details which are required. Save the particular file and upload that distributor. Once that is uploaded, we can see all those distributors listed over here. The next module I would be covering would be the campaigns module. So for the campaign module, this module provides the option of creating a campaign. So there could be certain campaigns running for a customer, or the customer is planning to run in future. So all those campaign details and the management would be done using this particular module. So when I get the option of creating a campaign, it opens up a page where I can define a campaign detail, which would require a campaign code or certain campaign name, as well as the duration of the campaign. And once that is done, there would be a set of overriding rules which would be added for this particular campaign. So when I say overriding rules, it could be something like, let's say there is a campaign running for diabetes patients. So for that particular duration, any application form coming for a diabetes patient would actually override the medical tests which have been asked for the diabetes patient by running the normal rules. So this is like kind of waiving off the medical test for that particular duration for a certain set of applications coming with the diabetes patients. So those will be the rules which will be defined earlier in the rules module, and those will be listed over here. So the underwriters can actually add those rules for a certain campaign and save it. Once the campaigns are saved, they would be listed over here. You have the option of editing a particular campaign at any time you want and saving it again. You have the option of doing a search for a certain campaign and the rest of the filter and sort options. Moving on to the quotes management module. So the quotes management module takes care of the logics created for a quote calculation. So what you can do here is that you can upload a certain template, which is a predefined template, which will define the logics for a quote. You can choose that file, upload that particular file, and use that particular logic for a certain set of applications. So there could be different products with different logics for quote calculation. So you can have multiple templates using this. Anytime you have the option of downloading the quote, so that means it will download that particular template which is right now used in the system. You can do some edits to it and then again do an upload if required. You can also view the code. So in the view code, it will open a next level screen where you can see the details and the logics for that code. So now I'll move to the approvals module. So approvals module have the list of rules, campaigns and rule bindings which have been submitted for approval. The underwriter have the option of accepting and rejecting a certain rule or campaign or a rule binding. And in case the underwriter want to do any change or edits to the submitted rule, campaign or rule binding, they have the option of withdrawing it. And once it is withdrawn, the change could be done and it could be resubmitted for approval. So this module takes care of the approval management part. Next would be the auditing module. Auditing module, as the name suggests, would be keeping an audit of all the change history which has been done in the application, starting from the creation of rule, the creation of parameters, categories, addition of a product, and all the details which have been done in the application. So it will have the user who has done the details, the timestamp for it, and when you click on the details, you can actually see the change which has been done. So this would be very much useful for the auditing purpose. The next module I move on to will be the policy validation module. This is the part of policy management where we are capturing the details of certain applications and policies which are there in the system. It will have two tabs over here. One is the existing policies tab and the other would be the codes tab. So I'll start with the codes tab. So when I say codes, that means a code has been issued for a certain application. So we will have the list of applications for which a code has been issued or pending. So we'll have the application number displayed over here with the policy status, application status and the document status. Also that we have a view option over here. So there could be certain documents which have been attached to each of these applications. So we have given an option of viewing those documents. So the user can click on the view option and a pop-up will open which will show the list of documents to be viewed. Also, if the user wants to download these set of documents, because there could be multiple documents present in the system, right, for a certain application, so the user can download these and can review it later on. And after reviewing, the underwriters have the option of taking a decision on that. So for example, let's say that a certain set of documents have been submitted. That documents could be reviewed and a decision saying an accept on the application or accept with premium adjustment or a direct reject or any further requirements. So any of these decisions could be taken by the underwriters. The next tab would be the existing policy tab. So these will be for the ones for which the policy has already been issued and the application number has now been changed to the policy number. So you can see the policy number listed over here. The policy status, it could be an active or an inactive policy. There could be certain application status on it and there could be a certain document status on it. We will have the similar function of the view and download buttons over here. So in the view, you can open and see the list of documents listed, and for the download, you can download it and review it at a later point of time. Also, we can make a decision on these existing policies. So let's say there is a policy for which the documents have been submitted by the broker and it is awaiting the validations. So let's say this policy is nearing the renewals and the documents have been submitted. So these documents can be reviewed by the underwriters and the underwriters can take any of the decisions on the particular policy. So this is about policy validation. The next module would be the rule simulator module. As I mentioned in the brief introduction, this is the bulk upload of applications. So in this module, there is a certain format which we have defined. A user can download this format and this is customizable as per the customer requirement. So you can have multiple fields which you want to capture for application forms and you can add thousands of application details all together in this format. Upload that particular file over here, browse it from your desktop and upload it and then confirm. Once it is uploaded, a certain set of rules would be running on this application. Within seconds, you will get all the output created for the list of application forms which was submitted as part of the bulk upload. So the user have the option of downloading and viewing the reports. So this basically automates the entire process and you can have the underwriting done in few minutes. The next module would be the template management module. The template management module take care of the creation of templates. There are multiple templates since we are issuing multiple documents. So there could be a code template, there could be an insurance certificate, there could be a policy issue document. So all those template creations can be done over here and the management can be done over here. So you have the option of creating a template where you define the details of the template, the text you want to give. Also you can, if you have a soft copy of the template, you can actually upload it right over here and just make the minor changes so that you don't have to write it all over again. Also, we have provided the triggers for the issuance of letters from here. So there is a certain combination of these statuses which will issue a certain document for a certain application or a policy. So all these cases would be defined over here. And you can save this. As soon as you save it, that template would be listed over here. You can anytime go and edit it or copy it to make another template. The default status for the templates would be active, but you can anytime go and deactivate this particular template. So this is about the template management part. Now I'll cover the last module, that's the user management module. As the name suggests, we are managing the users over here. So we have the option of creating the users. Once the users are created, the list would be displayed over here. there could be certain roles a user can have. That could be an admin role, that could be an author role, that could be an approver role. So by default, the user is created in an active state, but we have provided a toggle button over here where we can actually inactivate the user at any point of time. And if there is an update we want to make to a certain user information, we have the option of editing the user. So editing the user will edit and update those details, and the user would be listed again over here. So this is all from the underwriting application. So now moving on to the broker portal. This is the portal which we have, which we can design for the insurance providers who may need to provide their brokers with a dedicated portal to manage their customer applications, for the broker user management, for the policy detail and the documentation, as well as for the audit details. So this is the portal which we can develop. On the left hand side you can see we have 4 modules over here. So starting with the application management module. So this module take care of managing the application for different products. So the brokers can enter the customer data in this, and once done they can click on the submit button over here. Once they click on the submit button, this data get synced to the underwriting application as inputs, which we have seen earlier in the session, and this helps the brokers to get the underwriting done on the certain applications. The next module I'll move on would be the policy validation module. I believe you have seen a similar set of screens in the demo which I have given earlier for the underwriting application. So this takes care of the provision where the brokers have the option of keeping the record of the existing policy as well as the quote application. So you can see we have 2 tabs over here. So the broker can actually, depending on the status, like the policy status or the application status or the document status, so this combination triggers a certain activity from the broker end, which could be like submission of a document for any certain application, or maybe the viewing of the document or viewing of the decision taken by the underwriter. So all those activities can be done in this particular screen. Then we'll move on to the user management module. This module takes care of the broker user management. So we have provided the option of creating these sub-users over here, where the brokers can create the sub-users. And then when the user is created, you can see the details listed over here. You can also put the status of that particular user as logged or unlogged depending on the requirement. You have the option of viewing the user details, editing the user details, and you also have the option of copying the same user details to create a new sub-user. So now moving on to the auditing module, as the name mentions, auditing would be keeping the audit record of all the changes which has been done in the broker portal. So you can see the screen over here which keeps the change history of all kind of changes done with the user who did that change, the timestamp of it, and as well as the details of it. So you can see there could be a change, like somebody created a sub-user, or let's say somebody updated a sub-user, or a document has been submitted for some particular application, and there could be a downloaded document, there could be an application which got submitted from the application management system. So all those kind of changes which are happening in the application, the broker portal, those changes would be kept here as part of the change history, as part of auditing module. So this will be all for the broker portal demo. I'll hand it over to Alexia. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lekha, for the demo. Just wanted to take you through some of the benefits of the underwriting application. The benefits are that it's completely customizable and configurable for any of the customer needs. It is completely scalable based on the transactions that you're looking at. It allows you to have zero dependencies on your vendors. It also ensures that your application can be integrated to allow a seamless flow of data, and you also have the flexibility to create any new features for your specific needs. So I think these are some of the main benefits that we wanted to highlight here. Just moving to the next slide, just wanted to talk about our experience with one of the large life insurance companies that we have worked with. So this customer was mainly a life insurance provider that had about 300 plus products. It had partnered with about 650 different brokers. Now they were using a third-party underwriting system that had about 350 plus rules that were configured. And their biggest challenges were the fact that they had very high license costs and the fact that the system was like a black box that could not be configured but always required intervention from the vendor to accommodate any of the customer requirements. So even for deploying a new set of rules, the system would approximately take about 1 or 2 hours of time, which resulted in a loss of time for the customer. So the system had some standard rules as well that would apply irrespective of the geography, which again was a huge limitation. This also could not be deployed at partner or broker premises, which resulted in again a longer turnaround time to process the entire application that was coming in. Just moving to some of the modules that we built for them. We've created the rules management, the rules binding modules. We also created the product management, distributor, category management, campaign approval, audit management. We created various modules like the rule simulator, predictive analytics, user management, and also created a link for them to be able to deploy the entire solution with various different partners. Just taking you through in the next slide is the architecture of the application. So if you look at the flow here, you have a web application which is integrated with a quote engine and also integrated with a rules repository and the MySQL DB, and is all connected via REST APIs. So this is just a brief overview of the architecture. Moving to the next slide, I'm just going to take you through some of the services that we rendered at this particular organization. So we did this in 4 phases. The first was strategize. So at the strategy level, we first did an understanding of the business and the technical ecosystem of the customer. We did a deep dive of the various systems that were involved and the different challenges that they faced. The second phase was the design phase, where we actually performed the design of the technology architecture using Java, using Drools as the chosen rules engine. We conceptualized the required integrations with their ecosystem, the tools, and any other software needs that they required. We designed the back-end as well as the front-end systems for underwriting. The third phase was engineer, where we built a fully customized underwriting system with a great user experience. We began the development cycle in an agile development methodology, spanning the 2-year roadmap using various objectives that were identified. And at this stage, we continuously reviewed the progress and prioritized various activities based on the business objectives. Now, in the 4th phase, we have innovate, where we identified new opportunities on artificial intelligence, machine learning that could elevate the entire underwriting process. We continuously worked on solutions to further streamline any of the manual processes that were still being done by using RPA components to shorten the turnaround time for these long business processes. So these were the 4 phases that we actually went through with this particular customer that helped us in the entire journey of the digital transformation. In this last slide, I would like to take you through some of the business benefits that we delivered for this customer. One was in terms of the processes, where we decreased the dependencies on the third-party systems by building an in-house application that was actually built specifically for the needs of the customer. The second, again in terms of process, we increased the real-time decision-making by partners by having deployed the rules engine at the partner premises. The third one is in terms of people, where there was a decrease in the errors in manual underwriting. A decrease in the number of manual underwriting applications resulted in a decrease in errors on account of the automated underwriting. The last is in terms of people, by decreasing the resource allocation, by reducing the effort from 7 members to a 2 to 3 member team, by reallocating resources to other value-added benefits. So these are in terms of the business benefits that were delivered for this particular customer. Now with this, we come to an end of the session. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, please do post your queries below. You can also visit us at www.rapidvaluesolutions.com. Thank you.